You're gonna be dead in 2 days.
Yeah, I am.
Have you
Scott Dozier, a name that has been etched into the history of Nevada's criminal justice system. For over a decade, Dozier awaited his execution on death row, haunted by his heinous crimes. But what led him to take such drastic action? Let's uncover the details. Criminal career. Back in 2002, Dozier was involved in a series of murders related to the drug trade, specifically methamphetamine. Dozier's actions were incredibly violent and caused the deaths of 4 people connected to the drug trade. The details of these killings are both disturbing and haunting, a stark reminder of the darkness that can consume someone's soul. As the evidence against him piled up, Dozier's brutal acts shocked the communities affected by his crimes. Families were torn apart, lives were shattered, and a deep sense of fear took hold. The impact of his crimes left a lasting mark on the hearts and minds of those who witnessed the aftermath. Ultimately, Dozier was found guilty and sentenced to death. The justice system held him responsible for the loss of innocent lives and sought to provide closure to the grieving families. However, the legal battles that followed left Dozier in a state of uncertainty for a long time. We must never forget the victims, whose lives were tragically cut short because of Dozier's actions. Their memory serves as a solemn reminder of the devastating consequences of crime and the profound impact it has on individuals and communities. As we continue to explore this complex case, it becomes clear that there are no easy answers. Join us as we navigate the intricate web of legal battles, moral dilemmas, and the human toll caused by Scott Dozier's crimes. A legal battle unfolds. Scott Dozier's journey towards execution was far from straightforward. In fact, it was riddled with legal hurdles and intense debates surrounding the lethal injection drug that would have been used. This caused his execution to be delayed not just once, but twice, prolonging his state of uncertainty and despair. The makers of the lethal injection drug fiercely opposed its use in Dozier's execution. They fought vigorously, employing every legal avenue available to prevent their product from being used for this purpose. This legal battle created a major obstacle in the path towards Dozier's execution, adding to the already overwhelming complexity of his situation. As the legal proceedings dragged on, Dozier found himself caught in the middle. The uncertainty surrounding the method of execution and the legal arguments surrounding it only heightened his anxiety and desperation. Each day further elongated his agonizing wait for resolution, leaving him in a state of limbo. The legal battle surrounding the lethal injection drug showcased the intricate workings of the justice system. It highlighted the complexities involved in determining the appropriate method of execution and the various legal and ethical considerations that come into play. The debate surrounding the use of this drug underscored the deep divisions within society regarding capital punishment. Through it all, Scott Dozier, a condemned man awaiting his fate, became a symbol of the intricate legal landscape that surrounds death penalty cases. His life hung in the balance as legal arguments and court decisions shaped his destiny, leaving him and those involved in his case grappling with uncertainty and a profound sense of unease. The fight for execution. To truly grasp the significance of Scott Dozier's plight, we must understand the circumstances that led him to abandon his legal battles and insist on the execution of his 2007 death sentence. Dozier had been found guilty of the brutal killings of individuals associated with the methamphetamine drug trade both in Phoenix and Las Vegas. Dozier's decision to give up his fight in court was a critical turning point. He firmly believed that death was a preferable fate to spending the rest of his life behind bars. In his eyes, the gravity of his crimes warranted the ultimate punishment, and he wanted the state to carry it out. The crimes for which Dozier was convicted were deeply disturbing and marked by extreme violence. He was involved in the deaths of individuals connected to the dangerous world of the methamphetamine drug trade. The impact of these brutal killings sent shockwaves through the affected communities and left a lasting scar on the lives of those involved. By relinquishing his legal battle and insisting on his own execution, Dozier thrust himself into the center of a highly contentious and emotionally charged debate. It sparked discussions about the morality of capital punishment, the effectiveness of the justice system, and the profound impact of violent crimes on individuals and communities. Dozier's stance on accepting his fate was met with mixed reactions. Some argued that he was seeking an escape from the consequences of his actions, while others believed he was taking responsibility for the pain he had caused. Regardless of one's stance on capital punishment, the case of Scott Dozier raised important questions about justice, punishment, and the inherent complexities of the legal system. Legal and pharmaceutical obstacles. However, the Department of Corrections faced numerous obstacles in carrying out Dozier's execution. Drug companies vehemently opposed the use of their products in lethal injections, causing further delays. Additionally, Dozier's attorneys argued about the never-before-used drug combinations and criticized the lack of transparency from the state throughout the process. Dozier's battle for rights. Amidst his legal battles, Scott Dozier fought for his rights by taking legal action against the Nevada Department of Corrections. In his lawsuit, he argued that his fundamental rights had been violated during his time in prison. Dozier claimed that he was subjected to harsh conditions when he was placed on suicide watch and kept in isolation for 24 hours a day. During this period, Dozier was stripped of his clothing and bedding, leaving him with only his boxers. He was denied the basic comforts that most inmates received, such as a bed and proper clothing. Additionally, Dozier highlighted the denial of communication with his attorneys, which further hindered his ability to navigate the legal process effectively. These allegations shed light on the difficult conditions Dozier endured while awaiting his fate on death row. The lawsuit raised important questions about the treatment of individuals facing capital punishment and the need to ensure that their rights are respected throughout the legal process. Signs of desperation. Some argued that Dozier's behavior showed signs of desperation. Court records revealed that his sister had sent him information on a specific way to commit suicide. Furthermore, there was an attempt to smuggle potent drugs into the prison by mail, yet Dozier maintained that he wasn't suicidal, causing further controversy and debate. The Supreme Court's decision. In the midst of this turmoil, the Nevada Supreme Court held the fate of Dozier's execution in its hands. The court was in the process of deciding whether the Department of Corrections could move forward with the lethal injection. Unfortunately, Dozier's tragic decision rendered that decision irrelevant. Dozier's desperate decision. Scott Dozier's journey took a tragic turn as he found himself feeling trapped and abandoned within the confines of the legal system. In the face of overwhelming despair, he made a fateful and devastating decision. Today, we mourn the loss of Scott Dozier as he was found dead in his cell, a victim of an apparent suicide. The weight of his circumstances, the uncertainty surrounding his fate, and the prolonged legal battles took an immeasurable toll on Dozier's mental well-being. Feeling trapped within the confines of his prison cell, he saw no way out, no glimmer of hope for a different future. In his darkest moments, Dozier made the harrowing choice to end his own life. This decision is a somber reminder of the profound impact that legal battles, isolation, and the weight of a death sentence can have on an individual's state of mind. The news of Dozier's apparent suicide sends shockwaves through the criminal justice system, prompting questions about the effectiveness of rehabilitation, the support provided to those facing the death penalty, and the complexities surrounding mental health within the prison system. This was a deeply troubling story that reminds us of the harsh realities of life and the complexities of the legal system. Our hearts go out to all of those affected by this tragic case. If you have any thoughts or insights to share, please leave them in the comments below. Let's remember the importance of compassion and understanding as we navigate these challenging topics.